have no clue.
Nobody tells me anything.
Hey guys, good to see you. Hey, what's up, guys? What up, everybody? Hey. Episode 32 of the Perfectly
What if that meant something bad in sign language?
Stop. Hey guys. Episode 32 of the Perfectly Incomplete
It's actually
podcast.
episode 33.
Oh my God.
It's cool though, man. We're here. Go ahead. It happens.
Well, you're not here, but
It's episode, as you can see, it's going to be challenging. Let me try this again. What's up, y'all? Hey, episode 33 of the Perfectly Incomplete podcast. I'm the person, I host this thing. My name is Imogene, and thank you.
Hi, Imogene.
How you doing? And my co-host, Trema, she's not here today. She's normally with me. Trema lost a dear loved one. Hers passed away, and so she's taken the time to be with her family to mourn and be supportive. And so we send lots of love and prayers to Trema, prayers of comfort and strength for her and her family. And we love you, Trema. We're here for you. Reach out anytime. That and back with us soon. So in the meantime, I've got some other people in the building, y'all, that's hanging out with me, and I'm excited. We got the family in the house, right? So let me introduce this little stringy-haired guy over here. You guys may know him.
She wasn't excited when I walked in the door.
Oh, wow.
Where was the excitement then?
Don't do her.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
No, I'm kidding. Hey, Mom.
Hey, so I reached out to Kortnee and I'm like, hey, can you come have a conversation? And he did. So he came from out of town and he's here. He's going to chop it up with me. So what's up, Kortnee?
Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm blessed and highly
favored. Hallelujah.
I had to give them one of those regular, like those standard entrances, those standard things that you kind of expect from me.
Okay, you're so extra.
I was getting ready to say that.
Well, can you wait till I introduce you?
Wow.
God, she's
And you
started
talking about
already.
me.
Just
Leah popped out.
No, I'm so excited. And you all know, if you don't know, right? I don't really have to introduce Toni because Toni was hanging out with me like last year. But welcome, Toni, back in the building. What's up, Tay? What's up, Toni?
Was I not with her? She was in the gym?
No, but you wasn't on camera.
Look, y'all messing up. But how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, what's been going on? You old traitor.
Why I gotta be a traitor?
Sitting up in here. No, but
Why I gotta be that?
It's really good to see you, Toni.
Good to see you,
Yeah. Good to see you, Kortnee.
It's always great to see you, Mom.
Yeah. So what's going? Y'all like my hat?
Wait, are you gonna forget me this week too?
I forgot.
Oh wow! Yo, this happens every time.
I always forget. And Alex, who does our audio, he's physically not in the building due to some people in his job that
Because Corona is real.
Yeah, so
Jesus,
it's
Alex,
real.
he's joining us.
Whoa there, brother.
Miss Rona took a plate.
Hey, look, y'all not finna be, you're not finna just be coming on
thought
here
you
and
called
shutting
us
me
for
down, okay?
conversation.
I was trying to talk right now.
Sorry.
Hey, look, we don't need no security, all right? How we doing? Be taking off them
Courtney
earrings,
said,
y'all.
I thought you called us for conversation.
But I was trying to introduce Alex. So y'all know Alex is here. He's coming in by audio. He's like on a quarantine, so he has to be in the house. Somebody in his job was exposed to coronavirus. They decided that they want to go out and do whatever they wanted to do.
Don't do Allie like that. Allie, I love you, first of all. Don't do her like that. No, I tested negative.
Yeah.
But they said I still got a quarantine.
You just gonna put people's names out
I
there.
know,
You could've just
I know.
said, Miss Rona is snatching, okay? Let her grab up.
But anyway, yes. So
Lady
it's the holiday season, and yes, the coronavirus is still a thing. That's the elephant in the room. But we're not going to give it too much time. So let's just hash this out the way and get it over with. All right, so the virus is still here. People are still getting sick.
As expected.
People are still dying, and that's always sad, So I feel that. What I'm noticing, I think a lot of people have gotten complacent. I've been out seeing people. I see some people wearing masks, some people aren't, but they're in huddles and like it's the holiday season shopping. I've been in the stores. People are like everywhere. And I've been to the local, like the corner store. People are in there without masks. And I challenged the store owner. And I'm like, they don't have a mask on. So rather than make a hissy fit, I just don't go to that store anymore. So all I can say, it's very important. We're in this thing for a minute. There is a vaccine. And, yeah, but I say...
You're taking it, right?
Am I taking it?
Yeah, you're taking it, right?
No, I'm not taking it.
Why?
Excuse me?
Why would you do something?
I don't want to be nobody's guinea pig.
I just think with all the inconsistent information that we have been getting since the onset of this virus, since we became aware, the public, the information has been too inconsistent for me, and so I'm not really trusting.
Nah, you got this. Trust in the Lord with all that on her, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And I did take my flu shot. I said I wasn't going to take that, but I took that. They're
This
giving
vaccine
out,
is not of God. I'm not with it.
Is anything
it's
that
not
this
it.
government makes, like, let's be real about it. We've been distrusting about everything that they've attempted to give us. This is nothing new. I personally will not be taking anybody's COVID vaccine.
But you know what they're gonna do, right? And Mom, we was talking about this.
They're not going to do anything to me.
No, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna wait. Am I doing something wrong?
Look, don't wave your finger at me. Look at him. He's so silly, Alex.
No, you know what?
You're silly.
No, I appreciate it. No, but you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it so if you don't take the vaccine, you're not allowed to go anywhere. I mean, public establishments.
Ooh.
Like, bro, I've been reading a lot of articles and stuff.
Boy, you
and-
believe what you read.
Yeah,
Pick me.
No, yeah, I do. Well, sometimes.
Somebody pick me.
Yeah, well,
The girl
you
with
know,
her hand up.
Thank you.
I don't know. I like to think they can't make you do anything. You know?
I'll pay a fine. I'm sorry. Hit
Well,
me
they
with a
can't-
fine if you want to. I'll pay the fine for it.
Would you think they'd affix a fine to something like that? I mean,
I want them to.
No, because something like that, honestly, if they really want you to do it, I feel like something like that, they would affix criminal charges to, like endangering public welfare or something.
If I've been working through the whole thing,
Well, then they're going to say, well, if you want to keep your job, you should take
forgot
this
to plug
vaccine.
I
this
wish that. Listen, I'll take somebody to court for that gladly.
Mom, what are you doing?
I didn't plug this up.
You know, this was a scene in the last episode,
I
too.
know, I forget.
It was
Guys,
funny
you get
she
the
remembered
raw and
something.
uncut.
It was, listen. But anyway, back to this vaccine. But see, I've always been that person. Like, I was listening to it, and I was like, I've never taken a flu shot either. I'm not a fan of flu shots. Why would I want you injecting a live virus
Well, this
into
year
my system?
it's not live.
Dead this year.
It's
I know
dead
it's
this
dead
year.
this year, but I just never got the concept to begin with. Like, I know you build up an immunity to this thing, but why am I exposing myself in the first place? Are they doing a similar thing with the COVID vaccine? Like, are they
course you do for them to do
introducing you
that.
to a portion of it, or
I don't think
how does that work?
I don't know how that works, but let me just share this, all right, Toni, and then you can take it. As far as when you say, why would you take a live? This is what I know. I'm not an expert, but there is a thing called homeopathic medicine. And Julie, my BFF, happens to be a doctor like that, so I learned from her. And there's this thing, I think it's Eastern medicine, where disease, it's like cures like. So disease, you take the disease to heal the disease. So homeopathy or how do you say homeopathic medicine? It's like it dilutes the disease and it puts it in your body and it does what it does. That's the concept of it. And it's the same thing like if you quit smoking and you're taking nicotine replacement therapy.
Did she just say nicotine? Lord.
I got my tooth in my mouth. Give me a break.
Yo, I love how you blame
I
everything
thought
on
she
your
said it too, so
Yeah.
I'll
Tony
go
trying to be
like,
quiet.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but sort of like that. And then the second thing I wanted to say, as far as the vaccines, whether people take it, it's a personal choice. But I do want to share what I know. There's so many inconsistencies, and we know there's like about 3 big drug companies that's released their trials.
Yeah.
I know the UK is doing it, and Moderna is one of the drug companies. They're actually having a meeting. They're meeting with the FDA and some experts that's external from the government. They're scientists, they're public officials, experts in medicine or whatever. They're having a meeting on December 17th, and they're going to discuss the effectiveness and the safety of the data concerning this vaccination or vaccine, however you say it. I put that out there because if you all want to, it is open to the general public. They have a phone number that they have, a link that you can actually participate in this meeting. And if you have questions, you can ask. So, and they're going to do what they're going to do anyway. They're just making us feel like we're important because at the end of the day, we're going to do what they say they're going to do for the most part, the stuff that they can enforce. So I just say be safe. All I got to say is be safe. If you choose to take the vaccine, that's cool. If you don't, at the end of the day, it's like, y'all know me, I'm on this fake train, and that's really what it is. You better trust yourself.
I just feel like forcing somebody to take a vaccine is going to cause civil unrest. Because I'll speak for, I can't speak, I don't speak for all black people. I'll speak for
It was
myself.
Tony's turn to
I was
talk.
going to say, it's my turn.
Oh, was it? Well,
Girl, you
enforce
better don't be
yourself,
trying to
man.
act like
You
you
gotta
are
raise your hand around here
yourself,
because
man.
you people be talking.
I had to be called on like I'm in school. But go ahead, finish your
Don't
thought.
act like you knew.
Go
You do
ahead,
have something to
she doing
say.
the ghetto
Say what you
hand.
have to
She doing the
say.
ghetto
Say what
hand.
you have to say.
She did the ghetto hand.
Oh, really?
Look, ain't that
I
the
might
ghetto
just run
hand?
off.
Yo, they like the same person. It's
Lose my train of thought
disgusting.
now anyway. Go ahead.
Well,
Oh, I remember
She jumped
mine.
right in there, didn't she?
well, As far as the vaccine is concerned, I don't know how many strands of the virus in which they're going to enforce into it, and that's my only issue. Because when it comes down to COVID is a form of SARS. Mm-hmm. So it's, are they including that? Are they including, is it just going to be just, of course, the strands in which that we know of? Because we know anything about viruses, they're constantly evolving. They're never the same from person to person. Your symptoms are never going to be the same.
Right.
There will be similarities, but they're never going to be exactly the same. You can feel certain stuff, but it's too much. Like Ma said, it's too many inconsistencies as far as
there are.
Everything goes. And it's like, you can't expect someone to get that with those many, uncertainties.
because I'm not going to give this virus, it's a real thing, but what I'm saying at the end of the day, we cannot rely on government and I'm going to just say, if people aren't believing in a God right now, then just go on and go to hell or do what you got to do.
Dang, Mom.
I'm just saying the reality of and I say that not
people to hell, man?
No, that's rhetorical, symbolically spewed. That's what I meant. But I'm saying is, we can see, I say that because there's no man on earth that has been able to give us answers since this disease broke out.
Nice.
And you've had scientists doing this, and people are really going through things. They're trying to lean on government. They're leaning on this person, that person. I say that to say, at the end of the day, it's like you got to rely on the spirit within you.
Word.
And that God spirit, because really, and we've been living like this for a long time with a lot of things, but I think we got caught up in this world, in this worldly system, and we're depending on this and we're depending on this. At the end of the day, like you can see, there's so much inconsistency about information, and at the end of the day,
the statistics alone are inconsistent.
But you got to take care of yourself. So that's what I'm saying. You do what you do. Yeah, you can pray and hope and do whatever you need to do to participate in these systems and processes. But at the end of the day, man, do what you need to do. Eat you some collard greens, drink you some string bean juice, or just do that natural stuff.
I want to point out that she has never fed us that.
I was going to say
collard greens, yes, the string bean juice.
No. It's good for reducing your sugar levels. My girlfriend does it because she likes to drink.
That's not high in sodium.
Mom got a girlfriend for everything.
Well,
she does.
It depends on what you put in your string beans.
It's raw. She takes the raw.
So she just takes string beans
and put them in a blender.
Got it.
Because she has sugar and she likes to drink. And I'm like, girl. And she says, no, I can have these many drinks and I put the string beans in the blender. But anyway, I'm all over the place. I just want to say, at the end of the day, people, take care of yourself. Get your rest. Do what wear the mask. Keep your hands clean. Socially distance yourself. Don't engage in really erratic behavior, and just believe and take care of yourself, and you'll be fine. And and we ain't checking out till it's time for you to go anyway. How about that?
Before we jump off of the topic of COVID, can I just leave the people with a question?
Word.
Can we really think about how is it that they can invent a car that synchronizes with your breath? Literally, that exists now.
True.
They can find there's a car that synchronizes with your breathing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just saw it online
Artificial
earlier today, and I was
intelligence,
like,
man.
what you can invent that nanotechnology. You can find frozen water on Mars, but you cannot find something to successfully eradicate.
This thing is man-made.
Thank you.
I don't trust it.
So there you have it.
I'm not going to leave you with that.
Okay.
Comment below.
Yes.
With your thoughts on that.
So I'm not going to go there because I'm a conspiracy theorist all day long.
I was going to say, I got a little bit of this.
I do too. But you know what?
I didn't mean to start that.
It's a thing. And the truth of the matter is, no matter what is happening with disease or whatever is going on in this world, we don't really have control over that. All we have is control over ourselves and how we interact with our environment. So let's just leave that at
Wait,
at
can
that.
I say one thing on the comment?
Go
Because I didn't get to chime in on this topic. No, I was
Well, you should have been here. You should have been
I
here.
was raising my hand the whole time.
And it's a screen. Who's going to see you?
I was gonna say no. So I was gonna say to
We try hard enough not to look at the cameras. You want us to look at you too?
I know.
Listen, I'm
Don't make me
handsome.
out of
Stare at
John.
me.
Sorry. Well, your hair looks bad.
You gonna stop talking
They don't
about
know
that?
that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
why you do that?
no, I was saying to address the
she
point
was talking about me.
that I made earlier that you responded to, Mom, and something that Kortnee said, because you were like, they can't force us to do anything. They can't make us do anything. I feel like there's a way to enforce things without like actually someone like forcing you to do something. Like they can make certain things difficult for you. Like, for example, it's hard to get a job if you don't have an email address. If you don't have a cell phone, it's hard to do certain things. Like if you get stranded in the middle, like they can make certain things difficult for you if you don't comply by what they're trying to get you to do. That's all I was gonna say.
Alex, I believe you, and that sounds good, but just keep it 100%. like they have rules when whoever they is, and I'm thinking the authorities, since you're saying about making people take
They're all in Dubai.
wherever they are, as far as vaccines, when you say they can enforce it, they got rules against discrimination and all kind of stuff. They're not enforcing those. So, you know, what make you think if they're, and to me, that's like a bigger thing when you see people getting killed in the streets and sex trafficking and sexual assault and all of this stuff, and these people are getting away with it. They're not enforcing that. They're actually going to court, and all the evidence is weighing against the person who's been accused, and the government is not enforcing that. So what makes you think they're going to enforce me or you getting a vaccine? Hell, if you're letting one of my brothers and my sisters be shot down in the street, so don't be talking about me. Let's not go there, Imogene. You don't want to really be in that lane. It's a wonderful time of the year. That's where I'm trying to be right now, right? You know that's a trigger for me when you talk about who is they? They're gonna force us to do stuff.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch you.
No,
That's a whole fact. I'm just be quiet.
No, Alex, like
I'm not gonna say nothing.
well, you know, there's a way if you don't have an email, you can't get a job. Look, you can't get a job now.
I mean, but it is a realistic point. But imagine you call somebody because you broke down on the side of the road to get your car towed, and they're like, "Have you had a COVID vaccine?" I'm not picking you up.
No. See, Kortnee, because you're trying to make my point sound crazy. No, I was just saying, but if you want to walk into a building and they like, because you know they do that now. If you walk into a building, a lot of times they check your temperature. Where have you been around anybody within the past 30 days who's had COVID? Like, you know what I mean?
That's just a screening. It's not like somebody's gonna ask you like, "Hey, have you had a COVID vaccine?" I feel like because I feel like that would be like a breach of your personal information.
But if they ask anything
There is no
else,
personal
there is no
information.
personal
That's what I'm
information.
saying.
Why would I have to tell you if I'm walking into a building whether or not I've had a COVID vaccine, if I'm wearing my mask, observing the social distancing guidelines, I'm sanitizing my hands, I'm making sure I'm clean and my ears are clean? Why do I need to tell you whether or not I had a vaccine?
The same reason that we gotta go fight for black people to have equal rights.
Just because I can still catch COVID because I didn't get a vaccine doesn't mean I'm not observing the rules that are in place before a vaccine existed to avoid it.
I'm just
so
saying,
why do I need to tell somebody whether or not I had a vaccine?
Well, if they tell you to cut your hair, you're gonna do it.
I bet you I'm not.
And I think, you know,
I live off the land and work for myself.
What they say ain't going nowhere.
But, you know, maybe that's a fact on one level. I get what you're saying. By right, you shouldn't have to tell nobody nothing, you know, because your civil rights and your human rights should be protected. But we all know, like, if they say, well, who did you come in contact with? And you're like, none of your business. I ain't got to tell you nothing. When you do that,
that's when
they're going to be like, security, we've got an APB. That's how it's going to be. You have the right.
It's going to be like TSA.
You know how it's going to go down. And just keeping it real, right? Because
well, those questions you can answer normally.
But the policing power. So I'm saying, I get what you're saying. You shouldn't have to. But we've seen, just like you see how a traffic stop can turn into a murder. It's the same concept.
Kortnee would have been one of them hard slaves back in the day, Mom.
No,
who got whooped all the time.
But I do acknowledge
they would have to kill Kortnee.
But I do acknowledge what Alex is saying on a spiritual level. And as far as he's referring to, they can make you the mark of the beast. And if you read, the Bible, it tells you in the book of Revelation, it's like everything's playing out. But it just say, the mark of the beast, you have to have this chip to buy or sell, which in my mind, technology is that thing.
That's
because
a
if
fact.
you're not,
That's a fact.
Yeah, and so so it's not so far-fetched as far as, on the one hand, when you say they can make you do stuff, or they can enforce it. I say they can make you. As far as enforcing it, I have yet to see the government enforce the rules that it has established and enacted into law.
Well,
wow, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I feel like there are rules and stuff in place or things that are supposed to be there to guide. But
they enforce people paying taxes.
No, I tell you that much. You don't pay your taxes.
I feel like the only way they're going to enforce anything. I feel like the only way they're going to enforce any of those things is by literally by changing the systems. Like, for instance, the cashless tolling. Like, we got Easy Pass, but like if you don't have Easy Pass, you may just be jacked up. You're gonna get a letter in the mail that says, "Listen, baby, it's time to pay these tolls." And by the time you get $1.25 is $50.
No, 100. How about I got Well, anyway, how about if you could
about to
listen?
tell on yourself, Mom?
No, listen. How about I got a thing in the mail? I think the toll was like $1.50. They want me to pay $100. You out of your mind? For what?
Like,
That's
yeah.
like usury to the 10th power.
Where
You
did the
know.
other 90 some odd dollars
Yeah,
come from?
Right.
Like,
For what?
But it's
because your toll worker was off that day.
No, but they're right. I'm here now. They're putting up the cashless. You don't have a choice. If you
ain't
don't have
got no
easy,
choice.
and right here in this town, right here, they're doing. You know what's so wild to me? I gotta say it because they gentrifying their ass off. Excuse me.
And still can't fix
They
the
are they
potholes.
beautifying and this street called Broadway. I
Don't start
don't
about
know.
the
I don't know who's in
potholes.
charge of this city right here. They thinking about making stuff look pretty so they can have tourists come
could've just
and they
left
can
the
get money
trees.
and they just congest in traffic, accidents, all kind of stuff. You know, so to me the priorities is just wrong and like let me just
Isn't that crazy, Mom?
Let me get back in my little
Go and
hole.
take a breath.
Yeah. And that's why I don't really like to talk about what's going on in the world because you can really get sucked up. I try to stay in my lane. I know we live in the world, but I'm trying to be like in my little zone and do what I need to do because
Excuse me,
like
Alex.
like a lot of people, I
Isn't
have
this
an
show
opinion.
about talking about things going on in the world.
You better
Huh?
leave
But
her
ain't that
alone.
Ain't this show about current events and what's going on in the
saying.
world? Like,
I'm saying
You know what she
I
meant.
try not to get into it too
Too
deep
much.
because it's like really obvious, and that's why I say I'm not putting my trust in the mayor, the governor. No, at the end of the day, trust yourself.
But ain't that crazy though?
Trust
Like what
yourself.
Mom? Ain't that crazy? They gentrifying to try to take care of everybody else,
Except for the people who here.
Exactly.
Yeah. if this ain't a new Brooklyn in the house, Brooklyn's in the house. This is what this city is. They painting like I was driving. They painting bicycle lane. I'm like, really? We in a pandemic
Mom,
and you painting bicycle
listen.
lanes?
Let me tell you something. People trying to cope. Okay. They
They want life to, listen, they want life to feel as normal as possible. Like,
Mom,
All right, I'ma just
I
step
started painting a picture like last week. You know, the last time I touched the paint.
I thought we said we wasn't giving Kobe on
We
this
are
much
all
time.
right. We're done.
Leave Lady
We're
Vin
done.
where she laid.
We're
She
done.
the biggest thing in 2020.
Well,
Hey,
you know, they
listen,
call me Rona
we
where
gonna
she
leave
is.
Miss Vid alone.
Word. She got an attitude, don't she?
COVID.
Oh yeah, I'm
What is it?
not even putting a handle on that. But yeah,
What is
you know,
wrong?
I mean, COVID is still a thing, and
She
people
came
are
here
trying to
fierce.
live their lives. And I just say to people, just be safe, look out for yourself, and think of the next man or the next woman or the next child. You know,
Yes,
at least
God.
be considerate of your fellow citizens and just try to
Stay
take
at
care of
home.
yourself.
You don't feel good, stay
Stop.
home.
Yeah.
What?
But,
Stupid.
you know,
What is
it's
that?
you know, I guess it is a thing. It's holiday season. It's holiday season. Officially holiday season, right?
Merry Christmas.
Listen, you know, I'm so sick of the world. They don't even wait. The day after Thanksgiving, they played Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" on the radio. First thing I
Why
heard,
are you promoting her? Not that she needs our promotion. Why are you gracing this unplatform
She got it,
with
Mom.
her?
She got it.
I was
She
gonna
got
say,
it.
like, Mom,
She
at the
got
end
it.
of the day, like, they were gonna know anyway. They all, Mom, that's
the
something they've
number
been playing for
one.
like 20
It's the
years.
number one Christmas
I know
song
it's
ever.
the
It's been
number one.
during Christmas for like 20 years. But literally, the day after Thanksgiving, the first thing I heard when I went out in the car that morning was that song, and I was like,
Yeah.
y'all,
Wait, let me tell you something.
y'all really couldn't wait till the December?
I wanted to put the tree up before Thanksgiving. I ain't even
Did
gonna
you
cap.
really?
I
You
love
was one of
Christmas.
those?
I love Christmas. It's my favorite. It's my
He
favorite
don't have
holiday.
the reindeer
That's
nose
like
on
my
his car.
daddy. My daddy do the same thing. I feel like, can we wait December
It's after
1st?
December.
So what are you all? Are you guys doing like? You know, they're saying like we seen after Thanksgiving the rising cases because everybody was trying to get together. So I'm thinking, you think that's probably going to be the same thing? Like 1 million
If they
people
don't shut
flew.
down the state again.
1 million people flew, like the airlines, and people was like, "Look, I ain't
And that's
trying to
why
hear
it was
that."
smart. That's why I told y'all to invest in airlines and hotels, but you didn't want to listen.
It's not too late though,
It's still not.
because we're in this second wave and we're in the winter, and
Might be a
God
little
forbid,
bit
I don't
too
even
late.
want to say COVID. I think COVID mixed with the winter depression. You know, like we live where the sun don't shine in the wintertime.
Legitimately. It's
Yes.
gray.
We
So-
one step
every
away from
day.
Alaska.
Can you
Yeah.
buy flight miles?
Can you buy flight miles?
Yeah.
Southwest,
if you
Southwest
buy
has
a
the thing-
ticket,
I'm
Well,
about to
no.
say, I don't think you
I ain't even
can.
gonna lie,
Southwest has the
'cause
thing,
they
I think, where you can buy
But you
like your
have to
bonus points and
have
stuff.
you have to have a credit card.
where you
already.
going at? Where
No,
you?
like,
Where you
I'm
going?
just saying, I'm a re-up right now. I'm
Like,
gonna
without
stock
your
up right
credit
now
card.
while they cheap. Listen,
I don't know. I just
That's true. That ain't not a bad day.
I don't know. Can you buy miles? People flying, if people are flying, they're like, I'm spending the holiday with my family. That's cool.
I can't do it.
I prefer not to. I mean, I love you guys, and you guys aren't too far away, and I guess I trust you all. I trust y'all to do what y'all gonna do, but I do try to say, think about me. I don't know if I would want to be around a bunch of people.
I can't do it.
I just can't.
Bella went
I
to the
don't think that
bathroom.
would be wise.
Bella went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah, she left a little present.
Yeah, won't you get it up? She about to get evicted.
I'm doing a podcast right now.
Evicted, not the baby.
Yeah, but so y'all not getting together? We're getting together for the holiday, are we? Are we
You know
not?
what we doing on
I don't
Christmas?
know because you won't tack down a plan for people.
Kortnee, you know what we doing on Christmas? Silent.
You mean like the same thing I did last
Silent,
year?
that is what I want you to be.
Well, you know what? I just think for the holiday, it's a lot. Normally,
Yeah, I gotta do it
it's
on Twitch.
I don't know. It's just different this year. A lot of things. You think about family. You think about get-togethers. You think about people giving gifts and stuff like that. And that's cool if people want to do that. But how they're saying it's a recession. People don't have no money, which is a lie. Because
That's a whole
people
lie.
are shopping their behinds.
That's a whole lie. I can't even find a tree topper from my tree.
I'm not even gonna lie though. It's man. I will say ordering online right now is horrible. Like
It's
I'm
back ordered.
Dude, I'm
Everything.
I'm ordering like Christmas gifts literally as we speak. Like
Sorry,
now.
what did you get me?
I'm not about to
It's
tell
a
you.
plan, y'all. I told y'all they plan this
But
stuff.
mom,
They plan this stuff.
no lie. I started like Christmas like gift shopping last week, and my order still hasn't been filled. Like it has been a whole week. Like it's crazy,
We're
man.
about to have a bunch of different Wish retailers. Everybody's
That's a
about to
fact.
take
Everybody about to,
30 days to deliver.
especially our black brothers is they about to get a hustle real quick, boy.
Jesus.
You see the ones that went and bought all the PS5s and the Xboxes
You know
and
how much
reselling
those,
them?
PS5s are going for?
Yeah,
Oh,
because they everybody.
$1,500?
I'm telling you. Somebody said, "Let me put this PS5 on
I'm about to
eBay for
get one from
$12,000."
Boogie. I'm about to
Alex,
get one from
Alex
Boogie
gonna
around the
get you
corner.
one. Because I heard you said, and I looked online to see how, and I was like, no.
No, listen. I hit up Asia and Kortnee. I said, listen, I don't on my birthday. I said I don't want not a single thing for my birthday right now. But Christmas, I said I got something in mind, baby.
So what? You have to say it like that?
Right.
I had to, man.
Yeah, well, y'all better than me.
That PS5, I need it.
I'm not paying
I need it.
1,019. I was looking at it. And
No,
they
you
range
can get
from
some for the low. Like,
$690. The lowest one I saw was like
Right.
$690 for pieces of metal
That's
and
good,
stuff
though.
and
That's-
aluminum.
no.
I'm
but
not
I'm saying
doing that.
compared to what they usually cost, though, that's
I'm
good,
not-
man.
I'm not doing
Because from
that.
the retailer it's $499.
Oh, you got a whole BMW paid $1 billion for it, but you don't want to buy a PlayStation.
That's a car.
Wow.
Like,
That's
how do you compare a car to a
like
video
that,
game?
though.
I'm just saying. It got wheels just like the
Anyway,
rest
I'm not
of them.
even
Nah, it is
dignifying
funny,
that
though.
with a response, okay? Because a game, I can't go sit inside of a game and drive myself to the grocery store.
But just
Nice
like your
shoes, by the way.
BMW make you happy, the game
Anyway,
brings
so
joy.
it's the holiday
spikes.
season, guys. Isn't it about love? I love you. I love you. I love you.
too.
I love
I was
you.
about to say, you gonna say it to
What
me
you ready to
too?
sing? I was waiting for it.
I'm like the redheaded stepchild. Yeah, I'm
Y'all like
you
my
forgetting
hat?
about
Do
me.
y'all like
You're
my
right.
hat?
I really do.
Do you like my hat?
I can't wear hats. I got too much hair.
You look
What?
festive. You look festive. That's what you.
You know, it's
Mom,
a
you
cute
look
hat.
very monochromatic today. And
I was,
like it.
you know what? I got to tell the story. I
Because
was
her
doing.
colors
Mom look like she about to go
Yeah.
dance with the Jabberwockies.
Well, you know, I was trying to make myself feel good. Like I said, I don't know about you all, but it's a challenge every day for me to keep myself in a good mood, and I do whatever it takes for me. So if it means putting on glitter,
Yes.
colors, I play dress
Yeah,
up.
no,
I've
honestly-
been playing the keys. I've been doing all kind of stuff, just trying to keep myself together.
That's
I
right,
was trying
girl.
to say you look nice. I was saying I like your shoes. I like the spikes on the back of your shoes.
Wait, there's spikes on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she has spikes on the back and they're like gray and black or silver and black.
Yeah, you want to see my shoe?
She's,
No, don't take the shoe
you
off.
doing
tonight.
tabletop shoe
Don't-
game?
I had to go all the way to
Wow.
Jersey to get these. Okay.
Oh.
Mom.
Okay, see, I didn't
This
use
is
it.
my weapon. So when you behind me
Moms.
talking junk behind my back, notice that I got weapons behind my back, okay?
Mom.
So I ain't gotta hear you. I can just feel it. How about that?
Is that what made you choose them? The spikes on the back?
Absolutely. No.
feel you.
They were just cute.
It's
But
cute.
Let's talk about
Okay.
my friend.
yeah, let's talk about. Oh yeah, let's talk. He ain't my friend, but his brother. He ain't really my friend, but I like that family.
Yeah, that's
Let's-
my homie.
Yeah,
I don't know him
Alec,
personally,
Alec,
but-
that's the dude.
Shout out Alec, man.
Alec
What up?
Walls in the
Paco,
building.
what's poppin'?
We got to talk about Daryl Walls from the Walls group. The
Mom, you
gospel-
scratching your mic,
Like,
Lord.
what's
I
going
am.
on right now?
I know I'm itching over here.
Yo, mom
Can
is
we say
not
pause so you
good.
can get it together?
Yeah. Pause.
Okay, we're pausing so she can get a mic right. You okay?
Let's see, 31-25. All right.
All right, let's talk about Daryl. Daryl Walls of the Walls Group.
Daryl McLaughlin.
You set the stage, Kortnee. I'm like done with that.
No, listen. I don't know him extensively personally. I remember interacting with him on Twitter a while back. He's a good person. As far as I know, his musical gift is outrageous. It's out of this world. Like, it's amazing. He's 1/4 of the group, the Walls Group. Shout out to the Walls
Shout out
Group.
Walls Group. I love y'all.
I remember them from way back. Can you not clap right into your microphone, please? I remember from way back in the day on YouTube when they were just singing the Clark Sisters and other things. And now look at them. They're grown and on their own. So grown that Darrel accidentally posted a video to his close friend story on Instagram outing himself where he was kissing a dude. And the internet, of course, was set ablaze. And of course, you know, the church and the church people were set ablaze. Y'all know that's my favorite keyword. That's my hot word right there. You know, the church was set ablaze. And
Why you be so firm when you get to set ablaze?
Because sometimes you, but let me stop joking. But no, for real, the church was set ablaze and people started giving their unwanted opinions about something that really does not concern them. But it's very important to talk about because situations like this is how people end up in very dangerous, dangerous places. This is a young man that has given of himself to this world and to so many people for years on end without complaint. Giving of his soul, of his time, of his gift to write songs, produce arrangements, not just for himself. If you listen to not Karen Clark, if you listen to like Kiera, if you listen to like Kim Burrell, you listen to other young artists in the industry now that sing gospel, Darrel has probably worked on their tracks or arranged background vocals for them. And for people to turn around and treat this boy, this young man this way,
disgusting.
It's beyond disgusting. It's ridiculous because
don't do it.
I'm with you,
Don't out too many people now.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I live by the thing that people are people. And you can call a sin what you call a sin is a sin. But I just personally feel like, one, that is not your business to be in that man's business like that. And yes, he accidentally posted his video, or maybe he posted it on purpose. For whatever the reason, reactions could have been a lot better, especially from people that are supposed to claim to love the people that they worship.
Give me the torch, baby. I'm waiting to catch
Mom, I'm waiting too. I'm waiting too, homie. I'm waiting too.
Go. Okay, so no, and I've been doing some thinking. So I'm not going to come at the church, you know, because I'm trying to do better and I'm growing. And yes, the church, excuse me, one in particular in this area has hurt me. The people, but it's okay. I got to pray for them because they don't know no better. They still in the dark. So we're going to leave it like that. But as far as church people coming after Daryl Walls, I gotta say this. Yet he's in a relationship with a man, a woman, whoever he wants to be with. That's his business, you know?
Thank you.
And the people, whether it's the preacher or in the Catholic Church doing all them little boys and stuff like that, how come y'all ain't tripping on that? The Boy Scouts of America doing all them little boys. Why y'all ain't talking about that? And like I said on the last episode, even in church, right? If you believe in creationism, and I believe Christians do, that God made Adam and Eve, and that he's omnipotent, he's omniscient, he knows everything, he's an all-knowing, all-purpose God. Do you think he made a mistake and say, okay, I'm gonna make this man, I don't know what he's gonna be? Come on, people, let's get real. And furthermore, you love John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes shall not perish but have that. So whether Darrel is gay, straight, whatever, come on, love is love. So you trying to say God didn't give his life for because you're gay or because you're trans or because you're straight? Look, church people, get a grip. Get a grip, Negroes, because y'all got people in the church, they beating their husbands and beating their wives. You got ministers, you're watching pornography. I know some of your kids smoke weed because I be seeing them, even though it's legal.
I was smoking weed with him.
And you probably was. And you probably was smoking weed. And I'm not like I say, I'm not jabbing nobody. I'm growing. I'm getting it together. But you got things called facts and you got the truth. And what I'm speaking, this is the truth. And there's people in church church sleeping with women and men, and there's deacons in there that's married, and on the down low, they're getting it in with other men, and they lesbians, and they gay, and they selling drugs, and you're doing everything. But you know, I just take it hard because if the church is rejecting people, do you know what it does to you when you're being rejected? It questions your sense of self. It takes away your sense of home. Yes.
And love and God. It makes you wonder. It's like, is this just man or is this God?
Yeah.
Because I'm coming to the church, and you know the church is supposed to represent the love that God has for the world.
Yeah.
And it
is a topic that can set you off.
And you know what? And we had this topic before on a different platform. You remember we had this topic, and we never followed up with it. And that's okay. And like I said, I'm not harping on the church, whatever, because they need help. They sick. So maybe they need to come in the world and get some healing, because being isolated and insulated in their own buildings with their own philosophies, you know, it's like the blind that's leading the blind. But it's time for them to come out of the dark into the mighty light. And God ain't just loving you because you showing up at church. And if you ain't changing, and if you ain't loving people, whether they gay, straight, whatever, if you're not loving people, then you're not giving the man what you owe him. God says, oh, nobody nothing but love. So give it up and stop rejecting people and stop talking about people. My son is gay. The church rejected him. I just got to go there, and then I'm going to let you have it.
Talk about it.
Because my Kortnee,
podcast,
you gay,
dog.
they put you out the church, and you know you could tell your story. But what I found was interesting, because you sing and you play. They had you step down from ministry because you were gay. But when they went to another church to sing, and they wanted to lead vocalists, they wanted you to sing, or they wanted you to play. You know what I'm saying?
This was my saving grace.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to, and I just say, Darrel, I think you're the bomb. Alec, you know I love you. I got a chance to chat with him a little bit. Don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know they're very anointed, very gifted. God uses that vessel to minister to other people. And for the church people to be coming out of him because he kissing a man, you probably mad because you ain't got nobody to kiss. Mind your own damn business. Stay in your house, okay?
That's right.
Stay in your house and stop trying to judge people, whether they gay, straight, or whatever. Talk to them fornicators in your church, okay? Talk to those, what do you call it, whatever, all that other stuff you got in there. Talk to it's a lot of stuff.
There's a few labels that go on with it.
I know I got enough stuff. I got my own stuff.
Right.
I don't have time to be worried about your stuff. I got my own stuff.
Well, that's what we were talking about. And I got Mom, you know it's crazy because I had a lot to say, but I there's nothing else for me to like you. No, I'm saying you hit it. You hit everything on the head. And that's the thing. We was talking about that before we filmed this, because I ain't even gonna lie. When I saw it, I got pissed off. And the reason I got pissed off is because I don't know this man personally, but I know of him. I know what he does, man. And after all of this happened, because the Shade Room Church posted him or whatever the case may be, started going in on him, right? The man literally deleted or disabled his Instagram for a second.
For a minute.
And I'm like, dang, bro, like people don't know, like when you going in on people, like, bro, that's a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a human being. I don't care. I know he gets on stage and he sings about how loving God is and how God is strength and stuff like that, but he go through stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why he can sit there and sing that. Exactly. Just to go off of that, just of what you just said. The reason why he can sit there and sing because he feels it.
Absolutely.
He knows it. He understands it.
Absolutely.
Regardless of, like, you know, I ain't the holiest person in the world. I may dress like I go to church.
Right.
But I don't.
Wait, wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean dress like you go to church? What does that even look like? Niggas be wearing thongs and bodysuits to church.
That's
so what's up?
Nowadays, but you know, when you was
when I was growing up.
You were raised to dress a
you
certain
know, there
way
was a
in church.
certain attire in which we had to dress for church. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah,
but that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, like, you know, that's what I meant. Listen.
But
The
forget
Bible
that.
says, "Come as you are."
That's a whole
and if
fact.
that means that, you know, the only thing you got is stripper looking clothes.
Not to get too.
That's your business.
Not to get too far off, but I've had people.
But like what you
my
said,
bad.
that's somebody. Sorry, I'm sorry. But that's like what you said. That's your business. Whatever you go through is your business.
It is, and it's time
and,
out.
You know, sometimes people need to learn, mind your business.
Pray to them.
And that's a fact. My bad, Mom. That's a fact. Like on God, like for real, like he don't lie. Like he Daryl goes on and he worships and he does what he does. He never pretend to be perfect. He never pretend that he got it all together. You'll hear him say in worship, like, God, thank you for loving me because I got some messed up stuff. Like, I need help. Like, you know what I mean? And just because he don't tell y'all what he going through, it ain't y'all business what he going through. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
Take it to God
And he
anyway.
don't have to defend himself against those people. That man is anointed. He's gifted, okay? No matter what they say, and I got to speak to church people since y'all love to quote these scriptures. Man looks at the outer appearance, but God looks at the heart, okay? And there's another one in Jeremiah that says, who can know the heart of a man? It's deceitful above most things, right? So when for y'all church people who are out here preaching and doing all this and shouting, and now you in emails begging for money through Cash App and stuff, you know, for y'all doing that, you know, you want to give some love. It's Christmas time. Give love at Christmas time. Stop rejecting people and stop talking about them because you break their sense of self. You cripple a person when you talk to them and you give them names and you give them labels. You take away the essence of their being and they don't get to self-actualize. They don't get to be who God has created them to be because you reject them and you talk about it. And it's time for y'all to stop. Y'all church people, come to my doorstep. I have some holy oil and it probably be mixed with something else when I lay my hands on you, right? I'm just saying because you know it's just too much. It's just too. And the church is the place where people used to go, like back in the days. Yeah, like civil rights.
To feel good, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be the one leaving questions for thoughts because I want to know for the Christians out
Y'all
there
be getting me
that
hot.
believe.
I'm about to say, can I get a napkin?
Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't do those here.
Well, no, it's all right.
We don't do those here.
There's one in that drawer right there.
But for the Christians, out there
You
in
having
the
hot
world,
flashes?
No, that was just really.
Girl, you too young
so
for
y'all
that.
just gonna talk over me?
I'm sorry.
They do that all the time. Kortnee, don't worry about it. I'm here, man. They do it all the time.
No, you should have been here. You should have been here. Anyway, going back. Anyway, sorry, because you gave me thoughts to think about. I have a question for the church people. I want you to comment below, and I want you to tell me because one of the things that we believe as Christians is that God is without mistake and without flaw. He does not make mistakes. God is perfect. His word does not return unto him void, and everything he says is to come to pass. That's what we believe, right? If you're a Christian and you're looking at the screen, I want you to nod your head in agreement because that's what the Bible says. Those are your instructions. That's what the scripture says. My question for you is, if God makes no mistakes and he knows what he's doing and he has a plan for everything, tell me why there are so many gay people on this earth, why there are so many bi people on this earth, why there are so many transgendered individuals on this earth. If you can answer that question for me without giving me the answer that God made a mistake, because we all know that he doesn't make those, if that's what we believe, then I will take that time to sit there and actually have a conversation with you. Moving forward beyond that, I want to encourage you to stop talking about people like this because not at the same level as him, but I understand what it feels like to deal with things and to get up and have to bare my soul for your deliverance.
That's a fact.
For
That's
your
a fact.
Wait, say that again.
I know what it feels like.
Break that down.
I know what it feels like to get up there and have to bare my soul for your deliverance or your breakthrough. Because a lot of times not only do we go up there as worshipers to deal with our own issues, but we pump and prime you at the beginning of the service.
Because y'all sitting up like this.
Listen, when the Spirit moves and it sets upon us and we see you in a place where you're stuck and you just won't move past there, but we hear from God and knows that he has something from you and work that much harder just to push you past that place, and then you turn your back and you talk about the very same person that you came up and hugged last week because they had you laying prostrate on the floor crying your eyes out because you finally got that deliverance you've been searching for the last 3 months because your kid wouldn't get off drugs or because you were having problems on your job, and you kindly came up and said, that song you sang helped me, but now you want to turn around and talk about somebody. And I will say this will be the last thing I say. Darrel may have whatever problems he has with his sexuality. Rhea may have went and had a child. Aja may call herself an uncle, and Alec may sing R&B. But what I will say to you is that all of these people are representative of everybody that lives in this world at this current moment in time. And if you can't love people who you see and you so-called support because you want to buy their records, but then the moment something happens, you want to turn their back on them, and shut up and sit down. You have nothing to say because you're not even being real with yourself. That is hypocritical. And the worst thing that God said you can do with his people is to sow discord among your brothers. You do not believe the thing that you preach in. Shut your mouth.
Shut up. Get to stepping and sit down and ask for forgiveness because God is there. That was really powerfully said. And we done turned into a church service. But we're talking about love in the holidays.
That's true,
Give love. And that's how you love somebody.
You got to love people where they are.
you meet people where they are and stop being, and I'm saying this, I've grown a lot, judgmental, and I've had a journey with you as far as the gay thing. And
by the way, thank you. I heard it on the last podcast. Y'all acknowledged a lot of
I
stuff.
had to apologize. Like I didn't, like Trema's mom was saying, she learned what she was taught. I did too. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, my mother drugged me to a church. When you're a kid, preachers, they just write on your mind. You don't have the intellectual capacity to reason for yourself. And so you believe everything that's said. And that's all I heard. Damnation. They used to say even faggots and stuff like that. This is what I heard, But as living my life now, and I'm learning, right? And I'll say it again, I'm sorry if I hurt you. I never meant to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And I love you. I think you're beautiful. I respect how you choose to engage with your sexuality. That's you. It does not make you less of a person. I think you're an amazing, beautiful person. So if I've offended you and I hurt you, know that I am truly, truly sorry. And I have no problem apologizing to anybody. And for you heathen church cult people,
it's a cult.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Churches are a cult.
Well, I'll say this. I say this.
They are a cult.
Not all churches are cults.
Some churches can be very cult-ish.
I'll leave y'all with this question. Okay. I challenge you to go on the internet and read and use your Bible to study, because you remember Jesus didn't have a church. They was having church by the beach and in a house. So the whole structure of the building and how that, it is cultish, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was cultish.
Yeah, and I'm not
my grandmama used to sit here and tell me that you can be in church wherever you are. You can worship wherever you are.
And slavery, they was worshiping in shacks and houses.
Exactly.
Like the little shack houses.
But Darrell, I appreciate you. Darrell, I appreciate you. And Asha and Alec. Aja, because she was kind of tight too, and Alec was tight too.
Anybody that has a heart and compassion for people was upset. Me and Alice were both cursing in the comments.
You know what's there. But you know what's beautiful about the whole thing though?
What's that?
Because even though for a second he disabled his Instagram, right? He came back on, right? And he went and because it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. And he does his Acts Church on Sundays, right? He deleted his joint, but he said, nah, we're not doing that. He brought it back and he continued to do what it was that he was supposed to do. And then he went on and he worshiped and he prayed for even y'all crazy hypocrites in the comments that was coming at him. He went and he represented for y'all. And I guarantee you that he prayed to God and did the same thing that Jesus did and said, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's just
absolutely. That's a
so sad.
Very important lesson to learn is that all of us that sit around and talk about these people that we look up to or the people that we watch on TV, what a lot of people forget is that God gave them grace sufficient enough for their gift.
Absolutely.
We get a lot of hardships that come with a gift as great as some people have. And they get the grace to go along with that. You, however, that's sitting there talking about them, well, where is your level of grace?
What is your gift?
For real, before you start talking about people, before you start speaking on what God gave somebody else, where is your level of grace? Is your grace sufficient enough to cover you while you're slandering and back-talking somebody else?
Courtnee, why are you saying all that? I don't want to hear another Whitney Houston joke from you, Courtney.
First of all, I love Whitney and I will still make those jokes.
I think even bigger than that, and granted, I have this thing, am I my brother's keeper? Yeah, I am, even though I'm flawed. But like I've been told, it's the way you do it. That's why some people, I give it raw to church people. Like they say, Imogene, you rude, or I'm going to be like that with you. I can have compassion. No, really, I can. I'm just keeping it real because no. And let me qualify that because I have sat down and when I tried to, I laid naked before God. When I say when I put that cocaine, that crack down, and I grew up I lived in Florida a lot, and church. I've been to the most anointed churches. I mean, I've been used by God. All of this stuff. I've walked with God. I probably lost some ground in some area, but He's still here. Right. But all this is to say, when I came here, I was really on fire when I came to New York, and I stepped in a church building and I really tried to let my guards down and be vulnerable and share and tried to be present. But in my mind, from what I understand, these people already had a perception of me based upon what they learned from me from other people that I really didn't know. And I was vulnerable and shared some of my personal, intimate things. And I kind of heard it just walking through the building. I heard people saying things. So my journey has been long and it's caused me a lot of pain. And I'm recovering. I always will. But what I'll say, I get it. I pray for church people. I pray for the ones, y'all know who I'm talking about. But I pray for them. And I think what's really, really sad, because you're getting up, you can't preach the love of Christ when you can't show it to somebody else. So the reason I say I give it to them raw, because they need to get it. There's a scripture that says those of you who should consider becoming teachers, because when you decide to teach, you're held to a higher standard, and to whom much is given, much is required, So when you're up in a pulpit, or you trying to be seen and trying to be heard, and you saying stuff, you're speaking words have power, but words, and it's the power. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and those that run their mouth, you're gonna eat. You're gonna reap the fruit of your mouth, and I've done that. I've said some wrong things, and boy, did it get me, So the same things apply, and I say I give it to them the way they give it, because Satan is in the church. That's why God said He's coming back for the church first, and because that's where he is, she is, whatever you want to call that evil spirit, And so I'm gonna call you because I see you. You people in there, you jealous over other people's gifts. I can see people flowing in the spirit, throwing their hand out here. People saying she doing too much. You know why she's doing too much? Because you can't relate to her level of gratitude. Because maybe God ain't moved in your life like He's moved in their life. Because you know what I'm saying?
And that's the crazy part. Because I be like, you don't even understand. Like, while you saying that I'm doing too much, while you're sitting there dead on the pew, I'm worshiping for me and for you. I got to do extra work for you.
So Darrel, do your thing, Darrel. I love you. The Walls group, I love you guys. I pray for you. And just walk in your anointing, and just trust God that He'll silence your naysayers. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. And for y'all little hippie roller coaster church people, I don't even know what to say about y'all.
Hey, shout out to my nigga Alex. I mean my homie Alex. Shout out to you.
I don't know what to say about y'all. But y'all need to stop. You need to stop and stay out of my email asking me for money. I gotta say that because
I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm just saying for these different local organizations, get me out of your group message, because I'm getting emails saying, oh, you can give through Cash App, whatever. And there's certain religious leaders I follow online for a long time. Like I watch Bishop Jakes. I like Joyce, And, I make contributions to them. They have helped me more. And then I would go to church and say, oh, you're sending these televangelists your money. If you get sick, they're not coming to take. Nigga, you ain't taking care of me either. Excuse me, not nigga, nigger. I'm sorry. But it's all of a sudden before, when I'm giving the people online, I heard ministers in different church preaching saying you're giving them their money, but they're not taking care of you. I can honestly say they've been feeding me more word.
That's a whole fact.
Pure word than I've gotten from walking in any building.
Gain from you.
That's a whole fact.
Yeah.
That's a whole fact.
The way I see it is people love to come at televangelists. They love to come at them.
Yeah.
But they have nothing to gain from anything you're saying. From anything that they're saying, they ain't got nothing to gain. They just give it.
That's a fact. And deacons, please stay out of my brother's inbox, okay? Please.
Yeah, no,
I be seeing them too.
And it's bad that you really can't call it out, because if you
call it out.
No, but it is what it is. But that ain't the way to do it.
But the same one that y'all be talking about, he's so gay, please stay out of his inbox.
Absolutely. Right here in the city of where we live at.
Right.
Absolutely.
They can know where we at. In Kingston, New York. Stay out of my brother's inbox.
Let's just keep it real. And I'm not even going to go on that level. But y'all, it's the holiday season. How we end up here?
We were talking about love.
We were talking about love unconditional.
Even somebody that most would consider repulsive because of who they love deserves love.
I ain't gonna lie, we doing well, by the way, because we still under an hour, yo.
Yeah. But you know what? It is about love, and I'm learning to love in a pure way. Mm-hmm. I've come from a lot of wounds. You want me to do that?
No, I was tapping my face.
And so I have the little trust issues. I trust people to do what they're going to do. And that's my journey. And if whoever can't understand that, and you don't want to be in relationship with me, fine, I understand it. That's why I don't trust you. Because if I make a statement and say I trust people to do what they're going to do, it has nothing to do with you. It's trying to tell you where I am in my journey. Mm-hmm. But if you love me enough and accept my reality to be truth, you shouldn't take that offensively, So, but what I'm learning to love, and I know I used to just rag people coming from a place of anger. And I'm sorry I did it that way. I meant the things I said. I'm not going to take those back, okay? Maybe the way I said it, but I'm learning because I get grace and stuff like that. But I just want to say love is, if I love you, I accept you for who you are, Toni.
fact.
Flaws and all.
Flaws and all. And I may not agree with something, but who am I to say you're this or you're that because you engage in this type of behavior? Then I'm playing God, you know? So I'm not going to do, you can't love anybody
You
without.
can't love and cast judgment at the
No,
same
you
time.
can't.
That's not the thing.
It doesn't happen. So all this, I love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. I hear people say, I love you and Jesus too. Oh, just shove it. Shove it. Shove
There's a
it.
scripture that said,
I'm about
flaws
to-
and all, I
you know?
love them all. To me, you're perfect.
So
That's
I just
right.
think.
Oh, that was Chris Brown. My bad.
I'm about to say, I think that was
I was about to say, wait,
scripture.
that didn't sound. That didn't sound.
That was Chris Brown. My bad.
That wasn't Bible.
That was
That wasn't
That
Bible.
wasn't Bible. That was R&B, but it's all right. It worked.
But that's right, because I
Served
was
its
going to a
purpose.
song too. A lot of us learned the Bible by learning the songs. Because I was about to head to a Kiara Sheard song, man. Listen,
But you know-
it's called Flaws.
And I get it. And you know, remember, I'm just there now, but I could talk about it if I want to. In the scripture, the word says in the last days, God would pour out his spirit on all flesh. You know, and fortunately, depending on how you're looking at, a lot of people that were in the church have gone to the world for their solutions because they've
Facts.
gone to the church
And they
already
couldn't
sick,
find no solutions.
and they went to the church sick already and was put on a respirator while they was there. So yeah, they came out of the church more broken, and it is sad that I can go listen to an R&B singer or a classical pianist or a comedian who can give me more healing than I get when I go in a building. And you know, that may seem drastic to people. Oh, you're singing in R&B, you're in the clubs and you're doing, you know, we went through that when y'all was doing y'all thing. And granted, you know, you can get lost in that world, you know.
Right.
If I know personally, but still, like I talk to a lot of the artists and stuff like that, and just their platforms with the influence that they have. Do you know they're doing more ministry than these
That's a
people in
whole
these
fact.
brick and
That's
mortar
right.
buildings?
And it comes down to this. I guess as simply as put, don't if I come to you broken, asking for help, and you turn me away and say I can't help you, don't judge me if I go get it somewhere else.
That's right.
You ain't got nothing to say at that
You
point.
get your help wherever you can get
I'll
it.
say this: Euphoria in 2017 as a performer taught me that even that music that's worldly.
I like that promo.
Worldly
right there.
music. No, seriously, it's worldly. It's old, Alex. I don't promote anything no more. That worldly music.
Is that Kortnee 2020?
What is it they call secular? That worldly secular music.
That's secular.
That I make was just as healing as a lot of the church songs
Your
that I
breath
sang
smell like
every
Dracula.
Sunday.
Wait, say that again?
Like I realized, but by feedback from a lot of people, I realized that a lot of the songs from that project that I sang were just as healing as a lot of those church songs that I sang in church for people.
And that's a
There
fact.
were people that were like, you know, I said, like in particular, and we could talk about it because she makes it known. My ex-girlfriend, she told me, she's like, I sat in the driveway for 15 minutes listening to this project and just crying, and it helped me so much. Now, mind you, for a living, she helps other people with their issues.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
God bless her.
And she's like, it helped me so much.
Child.
I just sat there and cried. And I was like, that was, for me, that was the best part about singing praise and worship and stuff in church, was when people got helped and when I saw that they got something they needed. I was happy with that. So for me, I was like, yeah, maybe I am doing something right.
That's supposed to be the purpose. People
Yeah.
think you're supposed to usher, and that's bad. You know, they
That's
say.
like ushers,
Yo, mom,
too.
somebody set mom off.
I'm just saying, I've spent a lot of time in the world. I don't know everything. I got a lot to learn, granted, but I just know I brung my whole self. And to bring I'm not even going to go there. But, you know, it's like, ministry doesn't only happen in a building. God gave everybody gifts, and they say, there's different members of the body, and everybody, the hand needs the foot, the eye needs the nose, all of this. If you look at the whole universe like that thing called the church, you know, that's only one piece. And
That's
they
a
have
fact.
they have their little target market, and that's usually them same little group of families who've been going there forever. And
4, 5, 6
that's
generations,
still
mine's
hypocrites
included.
still talking about people behind their back. And yeah, I'm saying it because I just learned someone had a discussion about me about 9 months ago out of the church that I went to. And, you know, it kind of messed with me. And I'm like, I don't even see this person or whatever. People are always going to talk. And I'm like, yo, you know, that kind of blew my mind. Here I am, we're in a pandemic. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to stay afloat. And you actually sitting up having a conversation with somebody trying to mention my life and what I'm doing. Pretty sick. But anyway,
You
is
have
wild.
time.
The
See,
church
here's
is
my
only-
thing. But this is my thing. You know how everybody says the church is never never not busy, right? Because there's so much stuff that they got to do, so much you got to have your hand. There's always something that somebody needs something. So you should never have time to sit around and talk about nobody.
Seriously, we're like for simple stuff.
Because the same way that you sitting up here talking about me, did you go ahead and see your sick and shut in?
I would say we're the homeless you need to be feeding. Like you got something to do.
And Kortnee, to address what you said, I know people that I listen that I hang out with on a daily basis. They love your song. I'm talking about like niggas, like, and you know what I mean. Like I'm talking about like hood dudes. They love your music, yo. Like Rain is the one. That's the one right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like people feel that. Like people don't want that cookie cutter. Oh my God! Right. Oh come let all ye. They don't want that, yo.
You meet people where they
Absolutely.
are. Absolutely. A lot of times
they want something to relate to.
You have the words to say what some people can't get out.
That's right.
And that's crazy.
You meet them, man.
Yeah, like Mom said, people getting delivered out here with from secular music and stuff. And meanwhile, you got people in the church singing, hollering, breath all stank and stuff. And you ain't delivering nothing. You just entertaining yourself.
And nobody's trying to hear you.
Nobody got no type of healing.
Nobody's trying to hear you. They can't really relate to you because you're still living in 1842.
It's a fact.
And these younger people, they're not. It's practical. It has to be relevant. You have to touch these people. You know what I'm saying? You got to feed me more than word. If I'm hungry, you buy me a meal.
Go to somebody's house. Go to somebody's house, man.
Yeah.
Check on them.
The more y'all talk about this, the more you make me like think of the fact that I think maybe it's possible that the secular world that we were told to hide from and told
is
to
the
run
gospel
from, is the gospel and is more understanding and relatable to people in the world. See, church music will condemn you and say you don't need to be out there selling drugs. You need to get your life together. The world's music will tell you, listen, I know you're selling drugs because you're trying to take care of your family.
And I understand it.
Don't do this always. I understand you. You need to stop this.
Right.
But I understand you have to do this for now.
That's right.
Keep your head up until your life gets together, but eventually put that
transition,
down.
Please.
Yeah.
But you know what? And this is the big thing.
Now, why doesn't the church do that?
I don't.
With understanding even in their words. I understand you selling drugs because you want to try to take care of your kids. And no, I'm not encouraging this avenue because it's not the best avenue to take. But if this is the only option you see right now, do what you have to do, but make sure you find your way out of that.
Right,
but you know what?
Even that.
Encourage them and help them out. Don't just talk about it.
Even that, I'm going to speak to that because anytime you judge, and like I said, I've been guilty of it. But anytime you judge, you're drawing a conclusion without information. So to me, a better approach, if somebody is doing drugs, right, or selling drugs, and this was my approach with therapy. When I was doing drugs, you know, they kept telling me to go to the drug groups. I told them I don't want to go to the drug groups. I need the therapy because I knew drugs was a symptom of what I was really dealing with. Mm-hmm. This is right with the VA, but they kept telling me, oh no, you need to do the drug groups. No lie. I sat in those circles for groups, and the way they talked about the drug, when I left there, I wanted to just go get high, you know? Mm-hmm. But when they started dealing with my issue,
right.
And it's like, I felt like I was making progress. I felt like they cared because they was listening to me. It didn't take long that, you know, I'm not using them now. I haven't used drugs in 8 years, and I'm grateful for that. But I said the same thing with...
Clap that up, man.
I was trying to clap for it.
But I say the same thing with, like, when you're judging people, okay, you're selling drugs and you're doing this. Look, we came out of the hood in a black community. We know how it is, you know, if we haven't graduated from high school, systems, all that kind of stuff. So the church... Don't spiritualize me.
Absolutely.
Talk to me and try to find out why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So if I tell you, man, I ain't got no money to whatever, okay, let me hook you up with my network and see if I can get you a job.
Right.
Or let me get you something to do. You know, that's real. And
practical stuff.
Yeah, I'm one person, not to toot my horn. I'm one person, and I do that. I do that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So why can't an organized institution, if everybody is on the same accord, you know, if you're and the goal is supposed to equip the saints, so that people that believe in God, you equip people so they can become whole beings, so they can carry out their mission on this earth.
I got to shout out Elder Lyons, man, when you said that because real talk,
Like he's a minister. Yes, he preaches in church.
He's real.
But he's real. Like
he's real.
We've had conversations where he like, hey, bro, listen, I know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? He's like, listen, brother, listen. He be like, I used to be out in the streets too. Yeah, I mean, blah blah blah. And he talks that talk with me. You know what I'm saying? Like a real person, not coming to me like thou shalt not use a curse word. Yeah, man. Like he'll talk to me straight up. Like be like, yo,
you ain't never been.
Yeah, like
you ain't never been human.
Word, like he be like,
Human.
Right. He be like, yo, you good, little homie? But he'll talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? You good, little homie? You need anything?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm praying for you, bro. Like, came to church one day. He was like, yo, God just put it on my heart to like, here's $20. Go get something to eat. You know what I mean? Like, just looking out like a real person instead of just sitting in the pulpit casting judgment on people.
Trying to act like,
so high.
Shouts out to you, Elder Lions, man. I love you.
I love you too, Elder Lions. I think you're a great man.
I think, well, we love that. We love the real. We love when people live in real places and live in truth. And speaking of living in truth, let's talk about Elliot Page. We don't have to go too far. Quickly, we don't have to go too far into it. But shout out to Elliot Page. Congratulations to Elliot Page for living in your truth and making it public to the world. Elliot Page has come out as a transgendered man, and this is so important for this community, especially with representation in Hollywood, because I think Mary was saying earlier, there is no one else that I know of, as far as I know, there's no one that I know within the industry on a larger scale that represents trans masculinity. Mm-hmm. You see transgender women all the time. And I don't want to say all the time because there's still a lot more visibility commonly that needs to come to them. But you see them more commonly than not. Like, it's still amazing to me these days when people ask me what a drag king is. What's the difference between a drag king and a drag queen? Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me. But then I had to go back and realize and think about it. There's not really much attention that goes to the more masculine sect of the LGBTQIA plus community. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Elliot.
Shouts out to you, Elliot.
Glad for those of you that don't know who Elliot Page is. If you've ever seen Umbrella Academy, Elliot,
it's a Netflix series.
It's a Netflix series. Yeah. Elliot is a little crazy. You might have remember him slicing his sister's throat with his mind.
A little crazy.
Wait, what's
also happening? Inception.
Yeah, apparently that's what happened on the show, and they mixed mature.
So it's not. It's not, because Umbrella Academy is like, it's kind of like a supernatural like kind of show. Like,
I still ain't watching.
All these 70 kids or something was born on the same day, and they all had supernatural abilities.
Mary, that's a little wild.
Also Inception.
Mary, did you
and you wanted to talk about Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner.
You know,
don't come at me.
No, I'm just glad. And I don't really know him, Elliot Page. I saw the headline, and I think it's great if he represents Hollywood, because since he's a big, admired person, they're going to give him a pass. Not that he needs it, but I find it amazing, like when you're like this superstar, like where Bruce Jenner was the Olympic, what did he throw? Javelin? No, he did. He ran, yeah.
I don't know.
So now he's I remember growing up when she was on the cereal box. But all this is to say...
No, Bruce is the he. Caitlin's the she.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to make a point here, y'all.
I feel like that's
She ran so she can run in heels. Go ahead and make your point.
She ran so she can run in heels.
Y'all said he ran. I said
he ran.
Oh, Bruce.
He ran so she could run in heels.
Okay, but my point that I was trying to make with Elliot Page, congratulations, and I'm so glad you're walking in your freedom and your truth. And I mentioned Bruce Jenner, which is now Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, she taking pictures.
Who's taking pictures?
Caitlyn. Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
No, I was just thinking that Bruce was running and Caitlyn taking pictures.
Oh, anyway.
Too much. That's how I was like.
I'm not going to lose my thought. No. The point, what I'm saying is, it's that double standard, right?
Oh, right.
Because these are very acclaimed people, right, of success, and Caitlyn, Bruce, she's Caitlyn now, represented the U.S. with the Olympics. Mm-hmm. So it was, we're just so glad for you. You're wonderful. And now Elliot Page in Hollywood, which we know in Hollywood, anything goes. They say what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. What go on in Hollywood go on all the time.
That's where AIDS came from.
You know?
That's where AIDS came from.
So everything is there, but I just think You know, I'm happy for these people, but just these people are no better than other people who don't make as much money as they do, who don't have as much notoriety.
Well, let's get to the point that I want to make about this, because I think this is very important, because you're talking about the status and the stature of the people, but let's talk about those that are within the same bracket and it's got the same level of status, same level of stature that we call, or not we, that people called weird for making alternative choices, i.e. Dennis Rodman and Cisco. Let's talk about what it really is.
I think they were cute. See, because I never had no problem with them.
People was out here calling them weirdos and everything, calling them all types of stuff, and now everybody want to live within the Black Boy Joy era now. Now everybody want to celebrate us because we wear earrings and charms in our hair and stuff like that.
I would say the hair colors was a little much for me.
I think they were just.
I just feel like it didn't.
I don't think weird is
Prince
bad.
wasn't too much for you.
I don't think weird is bad.
But like Prince was never too much.
Buttless chaps wasn't too much for you, but hair colors was.
To me, it just didn't match. You know what I mean? I'm with skin tones and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Like, you know, that part.
I don't think weird is bad, though.
I didn't care about nothing else.
I don't think weird is bad, but I got to this place because I wanted to ask this question.
I'm just not that bold. That's what I was saying.
And I'm going to ask you because y'all know it's me. If Elliot Page or Bruce Jenner was Lil Nas X,
I don't give a damn.
or Malcolm X,
hey.
Now you probably
would they receive the same support?
Well, you can't.
Malcolm alone.
Listen, you can't really throw
Malcolm.
Well, not Malcolm X. No, it was just that.
Yo, got Malcolm out of here.
Lil Nas X and give me somebody. Y'all know young
Lil Uzi.
China Ann McClain. No,
Okay.
she's popular, but like
She cute.
you know what I mean.
What's your question?
Call her for what it is.
What's the
Call her
question?
for what it is. Like I'm gonna say, like I was gonna say anyway, because I was trying to be nice because it's your show, but I'm gonna pretend it's my show like it was my show.
Ooh.
If it was a person of color, would they receive the same support?
Absolutely not. I guarantee that.
Especially if it was a black man that transitioned to be a woman.
It depends on how light. If they were light skinned, if they were like a light skin, like a Diane Carroll.
If Lil Nas X decided tomorrow he wanted to become a woman, would he receive the same amount of support?
I'm sorry. Do you remember when he came out?
Okay, but you know what? Kortnee? We already know that. We already know that, and that's why at the end of the day,
For our community.
At the end of the day, and this is what we talk about when we try to get out. At the end of the day, the world is the world. People are like they are. It's up to us individually, as individuals, each one of us, in spite of all this stuff that we see in rejection, ridicule, at the end of the day, it's up to us to say, hey, I got me. I'm beautiful. It's nothing wrong with me. I'm okay. Have enough courage to be yourself. That's what I said. Have enough courage to be who you are and stop getting on the wagon trying to follow everybody else. And it is hard to be yourself, whether you're walking in your true identity, whether you're doing a sex change, or whether you're being gay, or what's the other ones? Whether
you're Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, whatever. It's like, it takes a lot, but I don't think we should have to hide who we are just to get acceptance. And of course, we all want to be accepted and we all want to belong. That's a part of a need, I believe. But I think when we get a sense of wholeness and soundness to appreciate and value who we are, you know, we may not have the whole crowd. That's that wide gate, right? We may not have that wide gate embracing us, but who needs them? Who wants to be with somebody who's doing what everybody else doing it just because they're scared to do what they want to do?
I
agree.
You'll
find your tribe. You'll find your tribe.
I agree. I get where you were coming from, though. I think we missed that. Kortnee was giving a message to us, to black
But we
people.
already know that.
Well, sometimes things have to be reiterated,
Mom,
because
sometimes
apparently
you gotta say stuff over and over again.
I'll just be quiet.
It's
My
okay.
bad.
Sometimes,
It's okay. Listen, this free
some
fall has
people
me
ain't.
free falling.
But
It's
you
all
see
right.
how
Some
they did
people ain't on
You
the
see how
upkeep.
they did the dude with the rap song with Miley Cyrus? What's his name?
Billy
Lil
Ray
Nas
Cyrus,
X with Billy Ray
Yeah, that's what I'm
Cyrus?
saying. That's why I don't want you to think I was not acknowledging your question, but I'm like, that's a no-brainer, Kortnee, because when he did the rap song, yeah, you know how they did that at first? They shot him down, and then when Billy Ray Cyrus, attached himself to it, so that speaks volumes. So that's why when you said that,
you know what? Let me say what I really apparently need to say, since I need to make everything apparently bluntly blatant and clear.
and we can
Black
always
people.
wait. Pause for a minute. If we need to, we'll split this, okay? Because I know we've gone over. Is that okay?
Have we gone over an hour yet?
It's 74 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot. That's
a
not
lot.
14 minutes.
But go ahead, Kortnee.
Black people, support your people, no matter how they come out. Support your people. That's all I got to say. Because just like you want us to support you when you get arrested, and then you get shot. No, seriously. No, seriously.
No, that's true.
Because black people expect their
Free
fellow
Pookie.
black people to come out when they get arrested, when they get shot by the police, when they get shot by their friends, when they get shot by their baby mama or whatever else.
Not by the baby mama.
For real.
Yeah,
It is black people want us to come out and be supportive, but black people are not supportive of all black people.
That's right.
So I'm just saying, be supportive. We can talk about that at another time. Be supportive of your people, all of your people.
Everybody live your truth, regardless of who you are. Live your truth, not what anybody else says that you are and supposed to be. And just because somebody don't live your truth, God got you. God will handle you. Absolutely. Can't nobody else tell you. Ain't nobody else God. They can't tell you what you can do.
Trying to do it for me. Yeah, that's true. But I know we gotta go. But I gotta respond to that. I'm sorry. When it comes to this thing about black people supporting black people, I believe that, and I just gotta say this: in the times that we're in with all of these inequities, and we're like support black businesses and stuff like that, and I do. I support as much as I can, but some of them, I'm sorry, I can't.
I feel you.
Because I'm sorry, when I go to you and you're providing a service to me that's very unprofessional, and you're not really giving me my money's worth, or I get a product from you that breaks,
or you trying to take advantage of me,
or you trying to take advantage, and here I am.
Now wait a minute.
No, I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
That is not what I meant. I meant support all of your people's rights, Mom. I didn't mean support with your dollar.
You know what? She's like, I'm taking that.
This is a grandmother that's going to throw money at her grandkids.
What does that mean?
You gonna throw money at her?
It's a joke.
You gonna buy them at the
You just
world.
gonna buy them everything.
Yo, that hat is everything, man.
You like my hat? No, but I thought about that when you said support, because I do, and I can say, we all get wounded, but black people, like, not all of them, but some of us, like, we just really foul. I do show up. I'm buying their little dinners, even though I don't even eat that nasty pork. You know what I'm saying? Or this stuff that give you, high blood pressure. But I show up to let you know that I'm gonna be there for you. And sometimes I pass the plate off, because as far as I'm concerned, you probably done did something to my food. I don't know, because I've seen people do that. I've seen a girl making food over a guy actually spitting the girls the girls' food, and stuff like that. And I'm not,
hold on. Let me just clarify that point real quick, just so we don't make it seem like it's only black people. White people do it too.
Okay, I'm not saying they don't, but he was saying, when I'm talking in the context of black people, and I don't like to just go black, white, I call it what it is, but he was saying about Lil Nas, because he's gay, and he was relating it to Elliot Page coming out in Hollywood as a trans man. And then I talked about Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn. He was saying if it was Lil Nas, black people support him.
Wouldn't have been
right?
And I always speak directly to black people and try to call black people out on stuff that because a lot we call everybody else out on stuff.
Well, I'm so glad I'm not black.
Ourselves out?
Right.
She said I am a
tan.
Caucasian woman.
I'm tan.
No, I was just born with
Joanne is
Yeah, I'm black. I'm proud to be black, and we've been all over the place, y'all.
That's
but
a fact.
it's been really good talking to y'all, and I just really enjoyed it,
I bet
been
you
great
did.
talking to you.
I bet you did,
I kind of
Mom.
miss this.
Yeah.
Look at her.
And
She about to try to renew her contract. She about to try to get her contract.
I'm about to say, hold on now, I got clinicals.
You got clinicals, but it's been real. It's holiday, guys, and it's been nice, really, just chatting with y'all. And I hope you're getting something out of it. Please leave us a comment or.
You went to Texas real quick, huh?
Oh, when I said what I said.
Nice chatting,
y'all.
Hard,
do you want me to do my Alabama accent? I do that so good. Please, come on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yo, it's been really, really nice. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I can't say enough, the ones that continue to show up and watch, I really appreciate you. If you like what you're hearing and you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build this thing, and we do this. I do this because
you do this.
Yeah, this is my vision. This is my vision, and I do this because I have a passion for people to become whole. And like, I'm not in the classroom. I can do that too, but I'd rather sit down and talk about real life stuff. And just at the end of the day, the message is that you're everything that you need to be and more. And my goal, my prayer for you is to see you self-actualized, to really come to love yourself and know that you are all of that and more, to work through those heels and those hurts, whatever you've been through. It does not reduce you who you are as a person. So I appreciate you tuning in. Know that I say I love you. I don't know you, but when I say I love you, I mean I love the essence of your being, because I know your greatness. You haven't brought it forth yet. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I hope you're preparing for the holiday. We'll probably see you one more time. But yeah.